All right, let's dive right in. We're going to tackle a question that pops up all the time, right where the US tax system and the banking world collide. Can you actually open a bank account with just an ITIN? So here's the fundamental problem, right? You need to plug into the US financial system, but you don't have a social security number. How do you even get your foot in the door? Well, the answer usually involves another 9-digit number, but knowing how it works, that's absolutely everything. Okay, first things first. Let's get the ground rules straight with this tale of two numbers. On one side, you've got the Social Security number, the SSN. That one's tied to working in the US and Social Security benefits. But on the other side, you have the ITIN, the Individual Taxpayer Identification Number. Its one and only job is for people who have to file US taxes but can't get an SSN. They might look kind of similar, but what they do, totally different worlds. To really wrap your head around this, you gotta break down what an ITIN is actually for. The best way to think about it is like a very, very specialized key. It's designed to unlock just one specific door, the federal tax system. So what is it really? An ITIN is just a 9-digit number that the IRS gives out. And here's the dead giveaway. It always starts with the number 9. That little detail is what structurally separates it from a Social Security number, and basically tells anyone who sees it, hey, this is for taxes.
Now this right here might be the most important thing to understand, because it defines the ITIN by what it isn't, and this is where a ton of confusion comes from. An ITIN does not, I repeat, does not give you permission to work. It doesn't make you eligible for Social Security. It has absolutely zero impact on your immigration status. The IRS couldn't be clearer. It is not a general ID.
And look, you don't have to take my word for it. This quote comes straight from the horse's mouth. The IRS's own instructions for the ITIN application, Form W7. There's no gray area here. Its entire reason for existing is just to help people comply with tax laws, period.
Okay, so if an ITIN is only for taxes, why in the world would a bank even care about it? Well, this next part explains that crucial link, that bridge between your tax status and being able to open an account.
The whole answer boils down to this term, withholding agent. See, that's the legal hat your bank has to wear. When you open an account that earns interest, the bank is required by law to report that interest it pays you to the IRS. For them, this isn't a choice. It's a huge part of their legal duty. And the tool they use to handle this for non-US persons is this specific document, Form W8BEN. This is the piece of paper where you, as a foreign individual, basically raise your hand and certify your status to the bank. It's the official form that lets them report your income correctly. So check out how the information moves. It's actually pretty simple. You give the bank a W8VEN that has your ITIN on it. That form allows the bank to officially document your foreign status. And then they use your ITIN as the tracking number to tell the IRS about any interest you earn. See? The ITIN is the piece of data that connects you, the bank, and the IRS. So all of that brings us to the real heart of the issue, what I like to call the application paradox. It sets up this seemingly impossible chicken and egg problem. Seriously, which one comes first? Do you need the bank account to get the ITIN, or do you need the ITIN to open the bank account? This is the exact puzzle that trips so many people up. Let's just lay the conflict out on the table. The normal way to get an ITIN is to attach it to a federal tax return you're filing. But, like we just saw, to open that bank account in the first place, the bank needs a taxpayer ID number, your ITIN, from you on day one. It feels like a total catch-22, doesn't it? But, and this is the big reveal, here is the solution, buried right in the IRS's own rules. It's called Exception 1. The IRS literally created a special pathway for this exact situation. It lets you apply for an ITIN without a tax return, if the reason you need it is to give it to a bank for an interest-bearing account. This is the key that unlocks the entire paradox. And this slide shows you the exact tool you need to use it, the bank letter. So to use exception 1, you have to get the bank to give you an original signed letter on their official letterhead. It's got to have your name on it, and it needs to say very clearly that you've opened an account and the interest is subject to IRS reporting. This letter is your ticket. It's your proof of need.
Okay, so we've cracked the code. Now, let's put together your actionable toolkit so you have a clear roadmap for getting your ITIN.
So your application package is really just 3 things. First, you need the completed Form W-7. Second, you gotta prove who you are and that you have foreign status. A valid passport is the gold standard for this. And third, if you're using our little workaround, you need that official bank letter we just talked about.
Once you have all your documents together, you've got 3 main ways to submit everything. You can mail it the old-fashioned way to the IRS Service Center in Austin. You can book an appointment and go in person to a special IRS Taxpayer Assistance Center. Or you can use an IRS-authorized certifying acceptance agent to help you out. Now, a really quick but important heads up on timing. You gotta be patient. The IRS says normal processing takes about 7 weeks. But if you apply right in the middle of tax season, from January to April, that can easily stretch to 9, maybe even 11 weeks. So the takeaway here is to plan ahead. All right, now that we've covered the how, let's zoom out and talk about the bigger why. Because getting an ITIN and opening that first bank account, it's about so much more than just having a place to keep your money. It's your entry point into the entire US financial ecosystem.
And this just shows you the long-term payoff. That I-10 becomes a key that can unlock so much more financial access. A lot of credit unions and some banks will let you use it to apply for credit cards or loans. That in turn lets you start building a US credit history. And down the road, the tax returns you file with that I-10 become powerful proof of your residency and work history in the country.
So we end on this thought. Yeah, the process might seem a little complicated, but it's all built on a system of rules that actually make sense. The I-10 isn't some secret loophole. It's an official intended pathway. So by understanding exactly how that pathway works, the real question becomes, what financial doors are you now ready to open?